Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, so very good evening to all of you. Please, all of you, switch on your cameras. आप मैम को देख रहे हो तो मैम भी आपको देखे ना? ओके, यस बेटा.
नहीं हो पा रहा है.
किसी का इंटरनेट में कोई इशू है तो चलेगा,
ये
बाकी सारे स्विच ऑन रख दो।
मैम
ओके,
मेरा नहीं हो रहा है, चलेगा?
कोई बात नहीं, नहीं अगर नहीं हो रहा है तो चलेगा, इंटरनेट इशू है तो नो प्रॉब्लम।
थैंक यू मैम।
Okay, so today we are here for the revision lecture. Okay, and because ये revision lecture है, तो रिविजन लेक्चर हम क्यों ले रहे हैं? क्योंकि आपकी एग्जाम्स आ रही है, राइट? सो रिविजन में खाली मैम रिविजन नहीं करेगी, आपको भी रिवाइज करना है ना? सो एक वर्कशीट भी है हमारे पास, जो कि हम एट द एंड ऑफ द चैप्टर डिस्कस करेंगे सब मिलके। ओके, एंड उसके अलावा एक और वर्कशीट आपको लेक्चर होने के बाद मैम प्रोवाइड करेंगे, ठीक है? सो टोटल 2 वर्कशीट्स हैं आपके पास, वो दोनों ही आपको अच्छे से कवर करनी है, तो आपका ये पूरा चैप्टर कवर हो जाएगा। सो वी विल स्टार्ट विथ द रिवीजन ऑफ चैप्टर नंबर 2, microorganisms. 1 second. Okay, so my screen is visible to all of you.
यस मैम।
Yes,
यस
ma'am.
मैम।
All right, so we have this chapter microorganisms. That means in this we will be learning a lot of things about the microorganisms which we cannot see from the naked eye. ऐसे ही नहीं देख सकते, we require the help of microscope to visualize these microorganisms and how they behave as our friend and foe. Foe is enemy. Okay, so we will discuss both the aspects, how they are friends to us and how they are enemies to us, how they are harmful to us. All right, so here you can see these microorganisms, they are very small in size that you cannot see them with the naked eye. You require the help of a microscope, and these microorganisms are present everywhere. So there are 4 major groups of microorganisms. These 4 major groups include bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and algae. Okay, and then we have 2 activities to identify the presence of microscope. So first is from the soil. We have collected some moist soil, some wet soil from the field, and we have added water to it in a beaker. So after the soil particles have settled, what we do is we have to take a drop of water from the beaker and observe under the microscope. In the second case, we are taking few drops of water from a pond and we are observing it under the microscope. Okay, so in both the cases, what you will observe that there are small, tiny organisms moving around in your sample. So these are the examples of the microorganisms. These microorganisms could be bacteria and could be algae. So here you can see the 2 different types of bacteria, the 2 different algae. These could be present in the water sample. Okay, then here we also have another one. Amoeba and paramecium. These are the examples of protozoa. Okay, this irregularly shaped amoeba and the slipper shaped paramecium. These figures you need to remember. All of these figures given in the textbook, you need to remember. They could come as for identification. Then these are the bread molds, penicillium, aspergillus. These are the examples of fungi. Okay, then these microorganisms are also responsible for causing dysentery, malaria. Okay, dysentery and malaria, these are caused by protozoa, whereas typhoid and tuberculosis are caused by bacteria. Okay, so in general, if you can see these microorganisms, they are responsible for spreading the disease like typhoid, tuberculosis, malaria, dysentery. Then fungi are also responsible for causing skin disease. So you might have observed this kind of thing, very common in the rainy season. Okay, or in the summers. What is this called as?
Hamoria?
Ringworm.
Fungal infection.
This is a fungal infection, ringworm. Dad, you call it as dad. Okay, so this is caused by the fungus ringworm. So see, ऐसा ring जैसा structure हो जाता है skin में, आपके skin के ऊपर, then arms, arm region में, thigh region में, in between the fingers also. Okay, so ऐसी places पे जहाँ पे moist condition रह जाती है. Okay, so वहाँ पे fungus का growth accelerate होता है, promote होता है. All right. Then next thing we have is about the viruses. Now very common one. Okay, सब अभी mostly virus का नाम ही सुन रहे हैं. पूरा COVID is all full of this virus. Okay, so this virus, you see, they have a very unique characteristic. They are microscopic, but in the outer environment, they are non-living. Once they enter into the body of the host, they become active. That means they may reproduce as soon as they enter inside the body of the host organism. Okay, so now this host may be bacterium, plant, animal, some human. Okay, what you need to remember is, in the outer environment, viruses are non-living. The moment they enter into the body of the host, they become living organisms. Okay, now in the figure you can see two viruses have been shown to you. So these pointed structures in the virus are responsible for causing infection. Okay, they land onto the body of the host, they bind with the host, and they infect them. Okay, this is it. Now, the common diseases caused by virus are cold, common cold, sardi, influenza. These are, and the cups. Even the common cups are caused by viruses. Okay, so you need to remember especially the names that are given in your textbook. Okay, see, we have took the test for this chapter. We have already taken the test for this chapter, and many of you have written the things which are not given in the textbook, but maybe you have referred from some outside source and then you have written. So don't do that. Okay, अगर आप बाहर से कुछ पढ़ते हैं, so that is for your knowledge. You understand it, you remember it for your knowledge, but when you are writing, you have to be in accordance with the textbook. Okay, always. अभी भी जब और higher standards में जाओगे तभी भी, ठीक है? So always keep in mind that you have to follow the textbook. Whatever definition is given in your textbook, follow the as it is definition. Whatever examples are given in your textbook, follow the as it is example. Okay, whatever details are mentioned, mention those details. Do not write anything extra which is not given in the textbook. You know that is a very, very good thing, exceptional. आपको पता होना चाहिए, knowledge होना चाहिए, लेकिन लिखते टाइम हमेशा ध्यान रखना है कि जो टेक्स्ट बुक में है हम उसको अच्छे से पढ़ के लिख रहे हैं, फिर चाहे टेस्ट हो या आपके एग्जाम्स. Okay, so moving back to viruses, the common diseases like cold and influenza are caused by virus. Apart from that, there are several severe diseases like polio and chickenpox. They are also caused by viruses. Now, next thing we have is, where do these microorganisms live? So these microorganisms, they can be single cell or they can be multicellular, and see, they have the advantage. That means they can survive under all types of environment, whether it is a cold condition or it is a hot sulfur springs or some desert conditions or the marshy lands. These these microorganisms can thrive. They can survive in any conditions. Okay. Then some of the microorganisms are also found inside the body of animals, including humans. कहाँ पे होता है? Raise your hand. Humans में. Bacteria किधर होता है? Those who want to answer. Yes, Eva.
Digestive system.
Sorry.
Digestive system.
Digestive system in the intestine. Okay. So these bacteria, they are known as good bacteria. They help in the absorption of vitamins, vitamin B12 particularly. Okay. So these are the good bacteria and they dwell inside the human intestine. Okay. Then there are some other microorganisms which are dependent on another organisms. Okay, while some can exist freely, they can live freely in the environment. Okay, then they can be found single or they may be living in colonies, in the groups. So they can live single or in the colonies. Cameras should not switch off.
मेरा नेटवर्क इश्यू था
No. Okay, then friendly microorganisms. Now these microorganisms, you see, they are used for various purposes. Friendly jab hum bolte hain. So they are our friend, they are helping us. Okay, they are assisting us in something or the other. So let us see in what way they are helping us. So these microorganisms you can use for various purposes, like in the preparation of curd, bread, cake. Okay. In all these preparations, you add a sample and then by the process of fermentation, the bacteria multiplies and the dough that you see is fluffy, it is risen. Okay, so this principle is very, very important in the manufacture of many important things. Okay, then apart from this, we will be seeing in detail the examples also. Then apart from this, these microorganisms are also used in cleaning up the environment. Okay, in what way? See, कैसे environment को साफ करने में काम आता है, clean करने में काम आता है. Say, we have organic waste. Now these organic waste could be vegetable peels, remains of animals, feces, the dead and the decayed plants. Okay, so all these are broken down into harmless and usable substances by bacteria. These are the complex substances. So these complex substances in the environment are broken down into simple absorbable units by the bacteria. Okay, then some of the bacteria are also useful in the preparation of medicines. Okay, and even in agriculture, these microorganisms are used to increase the fertility of the soil. Now, how the fertility of the soil is increased? When the soil is rich in nitrogen. Okay, so we will see all these examples under friendly microorganisms. And even these microorganisms have been used for the production of alcohol. Okay, alcoholic beverages like wine, beer, all of these required the presence of microorganisms. Okay, they are manufactured in the presence of microorganisms, with the help of microorganisms. So next we have the procedure for making curd. Now this curd, it contains several microorganisms belonging to the bacterium Lactobacillus. So this Lactobacillus, it promotes the formation of the curd. What you do is you take a milk sample, पुराना milk sample आप लेते हो, वो milk sample को आप थोड़ा सा heat करते हो, हल्का सा heat करते हो, ठीक है? And then you add a little amount of curd sample. Okay, जो previous डे का जो आपका कर्ड होगा उसमें से आप थोड़ा सा सैंपल लेके उसमें डालते हो, then you mix it up, then you cover it, keep it in the warm place for some hours, and then when you open, what happened? The milk is converted into curd. So there's no magic. Okay, everything is scientific. What is happening over here? The lactobacillus,
Area
which,
multiplies.
yes, the lactobacillus which is present in the curd, it is multiplying in the milk sample, and therefore the milk is converted into curd. Okay. Yes, Eva. You want to ask anything? No? Rennie?
मैम पहला कर्ड जो सबसे दुनिया का बना होगा वो कैसे बना होगा मैम?
तो मेरे को फिर पहले, हाँ, तो फिर मुझे पहले के जमाने में जाना पड़ेगा यार पता करने के लिए, है ना? सी, पहला कर्ड कैसे बना होगा? अच्छा, इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन है।
मैम
हाँ,
मैम शायद कोई लैक्टोबैसिलस ऐसे इन्वायरमेंट में घूम रहा होगा और मिल्क में ऐसे चला गया सब।
हो
कर्ड का
सकता है,
सैंपल तो चाहिए ना मैम?
हो सकता है हमने मिल्क को रख दिया हो ऐसे ही फर्मेंटेड होने के लिए, है ना? तो उसमें से
जैसे
बना
हम
हुआ।
कर्ड का सैंपल लेते हैं दही बनाने के लिए, कर्ड बनाने के लिए, तो वैसे फर्स्ट जब दही बना होगा तब कैसे बनाया
नहीं,
होगा?
देखो, मिल्क इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू लैक्टिक एसिड। ओके, तो पहले जब लैक्टोबैसिलस नहीं था तब केमिकली लैक्टिक एसिड यहाँ तो ऐड करके देखा गया होगा। ओके, तो शायद तब पता चला हो कि मिल्क में से कर्ड बन रहा है, एंड देन फिर कर्ड को जब देखा होगा कि कर्ड का सैंपल बन रहा है, तो कर्ड में जब वापस इन्वेस्टिगेट किया होगा तो ये लैक्टोबैसिलस होगा, और जो लैक्टोबैसिलस है, दिस प्रोड्यूसेस लैक्टिक एसिड। ओके, so lactic acid is what you can commercially make.
ओके मैम, थैंक यू मैम।
या फिर भी हमको पता तो करना पड़ेगा एग्जैक्ट आंसर, है ना? तो चलो, अच्छा क्वेश्चन है सबके लिए, पता करेंगे कैसे हुआ था एग्जैक्टली। यस ईवा, ईवा आपने हैंड रेज किया है, कोई क्वेश्चन है बेटा? नो, ऐसे ही हो गया। ओके, देन other than that, bacteria are also involved in the making of cheese, pickles, and other food item. Then there is important ingredient of suji, idlis, bhatura. Okay, all of them, they required curd sample. Okay, don't feel hungry, huh? ये सब अच्छे अच्छे नाम सुन के। Okay, apart from that, we eat doklas. Okay, that khaman. So all, any fermented food you take, any fermented item that you take, so उसमें ये same ही procedure use होता है. We use curd, and this curd, it is what it brings about the multiplication of the bacteria, that fluffiness in the dough, that sour taste. Okay, so all these are the important, the friendly, the helping microorganisms. Okay, and we have another activity which states that we have to see how this yeast reproduces and produces carbon dioxide. Okay, so mostly जो bakery items होती हैं, like cakes, bread, okay, that pav, okay, So all of these, the dough has to be fluffy. So that fluffiness in the dough is because we are adding a sample of yeast. Okay, that is what the activity 3 says. You have to take half kg flour and you have to add some sugar and mix warm water. And then you have to add yeast powder. Okay, then usse dough bana lena hai and you have to cover it. So after 2-3 hours, when you see, what would you observe is that the dough is rising. So this rising of dough indicates the production of carbon dioxide gas. वो जो डो है वो साइज में बड़ा कैसे होता है, फूल कैसे जाता है, because carbon dioxide is produced. Okay, now this carbon dioxide gas, it is produced because of the action of sugar on yeast. The yeast multiplies, okay, by utilizing sugar as a substrate, as a medium for energy. So yeast sugar को utilize करके अपने आप को reproduce करता है, because the yeast is multiplying, carbon dioxide gas is produced. So this process is very, very important and it outlines the principle of fermentation. Okay. So this fermentation process is important for the large scale production of alcohol, wine, acetic acid, that is vinegar, सिरका जो आप ये चाइनीज प्रोडक्ट्स में खाते हो. Okay, this is all acetic acid. It brings a khatta taste to your food. Okay, then yeast is used for the commercial production of alcohol and wine. And then the yeast is grown on the natural sugars. So natural sugars आपको कहाँ से मिलेंगे? Barley, wheat, rice, crushed fruit juices, in सबसे आपको natural sugars मिलेंगे. So the process of conversion of sugar into alcohol is known as fermentation. Okay, and it is in the absence of oxygen. Oxygen utilize नहीं हो रहा है यहाँ पे. Okay, then yes, here you have raised a hand.
And I have a doubt that this microorganism, that yeast, is used for alcohol and wine. So why alcohol and wine are injurious to our health?
Sorry, here.
And जो अल्कोहल और वाइन होता है उसके भी आपने कहा कि ये यूज होता है, तो अल्कोहल और वाइन मतलब इंजरियस क्यों होता है अपने हेल्थ के लिए?
अल्कोहल और वाइन, आपकी आवाज कट रही है.
मैम, am I audible?
Yes, but your voice is very low.
मैम वो ऐसा बोल रही है कि जो यीस्ट की प्रोडक्शन सिर्फ अल्कोहल और वाइन में क्यों होती है?
No, I'm not telling like that. I am telling that अल्कोहल और वाइन में यीस्ट यूज होता है मैम, तो वो इंजीरियस क्यों होता है? मतलब अल्कोहल और वाइन इंजीरियस क्यों होता है हेल्थ के लिए?
वो किसके लिए होता है?
मैम वो ऐसा बोलिए कि यीस्ट यूज होता है वाइन और अल्कोहल में, बट वो इंजीरियस क्यों होता है हेल्थ को?
इंजरीज इसलिए होता है बिकॉज सी यूजुअली व्हेन पीपल कंज्यूम इट इन मोर देन द रिक्वायर्ड अमाउंट. ओके, सी आपकी बॉडी को क्या चाहिए होता है? कार्बोहाइड्रेट, प्रोटीन्स, फैट्स, ये सब चाहिए होता है एनर्जी के लिए. ठीक है, कुछ अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी है जो कि अल्कोहल में से भी आती है. ओके, सो अब ये जो एनर्जी है ये यूजुअली बॉडी को रिक्वायर्ड नहीं होती है. And when people take it in more than the required amount, so that is why it becomes injurious. Okay, क्योंकि आपके जो body cells है उनको आदत नहीं है alcohol की, wine की. Okay, if the person is taking in moderate amount, it is good for health. But excess, कोई भी चीज आप excess में लोगे तो that is harmful. Okay, so it damages the receptors on the brain. It is harmful. All right.
मैम कोई ऐसा भी होता है मैम, कोई कोल्ड क्लाइमेट्स में होता है तो वो वाइन पीता है मैम.
Yes, because they have to adapt, na? It gives you energy. I told you. It keeps your body warm. It gives you energy. So that is why, situationally people have to drink it because they have to keep themselves warm. The temperature is so cold, so they have to keep themselves warm.
Okay, मैम. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so we have another activity, similar way to prove fermentation. Okay, you need to remember the definition of fermentation, and this was the technique discovered by Louis Pasteur in 1857. Okay, then there is medicinal use of microorganism. Okay, so suppose we have a fever for a day or two and we go to visit a doctor. So this doctor, it gives us some of the antibiotic tablets. Okay, so these antibiotic tablets or the capsules or the injection, they contain antibiotic named as penicillin. Okay, so this penicillin is the source of the medicine. Okay, this is a microorganism which is the source of medicine. Now, what these antibiotics do, see, very, very important to understand. These medicines, they kill or stop the growth of disease causing microorganism. Okay, that means they are working against the action of certain harmful bacteria. आया समझ में? They are working against the action of certain bacteria. That is why they are called as antibiotic. Anti is opposite. Okay, so what they are doing is basically you have some sort of infection in your body, and this infection is being killed by the antibiotic. Okay, this has been killed by the antibiotic medicine that you are taking. Okay, so there are a lot of antibiotics today. You see the market is flooded with antibiotics. It is being produced by bacteria. It can be produced by fungi. The common antibiotics are streptomycin, tetracycline, erythromycin. These are all the commonly known antibiotics made from fungi and bacteria. Okay, so these antibiotics, they can be grown by specific microorganisms, and they can be helpful in treating variety of disease, because what they are doing is, I told you the action, they are killing the harmful bacteria. Okay, and not just for the humans, we can use it for even poultry, for livestock, for animals. Okay, and even in controlling many of the plant diseases. Okay, so these antibiotics, they were discovered by Alexander Fleming. Penicillin, he was the one who was credited with the discovery of penicillin. Okay, so see, this was an accidental discovery. Suddenly he discovered this bacteria. How he discovered? See, he was working in his laboratory. He was working on some culture of bacteria, and he found the spores of little green mold in one of the culture plates. So I tell you how these culture plates look like. These are the culture plates in which the bacteria was grown. Okay, so what he observed, that there were some spores found near this bacteria. Some spores were found near this bacteria, and these spores were not allowing the bacteria to grow. इनमें से दो प्लेट्स में से किसी एक प्लेट में ये स्पोर्स उगने लगे, और ये जो स्पोर्स थे ये बैक्टीरिया को ग्रो होने नहीं दे रहे थे. ठीक है, नाउ कुछ स्पोर्स की वजह से बैक्टीरिया किल भी हो रहे थे. ओके, सो फ्रॉम दिस ही प्रिपेयर्ड पेनिसिलिन. क्या बनाया इसने? पेनिसिलिन. ओके, सो यहां से आई द डिस्कवरी ऑफ एंटीबायोटिक. देखो इसीलिए इसको एंटीबायोटिक बोला गया है, क्योंकि ये जो पेनिसिलिन था, इसने जो बैक्टीरिया जो कि कल्चर में ग्रो हुआ था उसको किल कर दिया था. ठीक है, then we have to remember that these antibiotics should be taken only on the advice of a qualified doctor. Okay, and we also have to finish the course prescribed by the doctor. Okay, so if we are taking the antibiotics in the wrong doses, this may lead to the drug become less effective when we actually need them in future. Okay, see mostly क्या होता है कि हम लोग ये जो पैरासीटामोल्स हैं वो अननेसेसरीली अगर कंज्यूम करते हैं. ओके, सो कुछ है नहीं हमारी बॉडी में, वी आर कंज्यूमिंग दिस antibiotics. So ultimately what will happen at some point of time, there will be antibiotic resistance in our body. That means कुछ नहीं था फिर भी हमने वो दवाई ली, and now we have made our body resistant to that bacteria. तो जब वो हार्मफुल बैक्टीरिया हमारी बॉडी में आके अटैक करेगा तो क्या होगा, बिकॉज हम रेजिस्टेंट हैं, सो नो मैटर if we are taking that paracetamol drug, it is no longer going to help us. आया समझ में? So that is why we should always take it on the advice of a qualified doctor. We should take it in proper dose and we should complete the dose. Okay, and another disadvantage is that if we are taking too much of antibiotics, जरूरत नहीं है फिर भी हम antibiotics ले रहे हैं, so this will kill the beneficial bacteria in our body. I told you we have bacteria residing in our intestine. So if we are taking this bacteria no longer than required, so then what will happen, the useful bacteria will be killed in our body. Okay, and third and the important point, antibiotics are not effective against common cold and flu. Kyun? Because they are caused by viruses. Okay, so these bacteria, if you are taking antibiotics against cold and flu, सर्दी खांसी में आप ले रहे हो उसको bacteria infection समझ के, so again it is not going to work because it is a viral infection. Understood till here? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. Then we have Edward Jenner and the discovery of smallpox vaccine. Very, very important. You might have heard about the vaccines. Okay, and many of you in the family now would have been vaccinated against COVID also. Okay, so what is this vaccine? What is the role of these vaccines and how they are helping to fight against the disease? Okay, so we will understand what is the principle behind the vaccines. क्यों हम vaccine ले रहे हैं या फिर अभी आपके age में भी trials चल रहे हैं. Okay, so soon you will also be encouraged to take a jab and before your school reopens. Okay, so what is there? Why this vaccine is so popular? Let us read about it. See, whenever any disease carrying microorganism enters in our body, so एक natural mechanism होता है body का. क्या होता है natural mechanism? That it produces antibodies. So these antibodies will fight with the microorganism which is entering into your body. Okay, आपकी body से कोई foreign substance अंदर आ रहा है तो उसके रिस्पॉन्स में आपकी बॉडी जो है वो एंटीबॉडीज बनाएगी. ये एंटीबॉडीज क्या करेंगी, वो फॉरेन ऑर्गेनिज्म के साथ में फाइट करेगी. ओके, अगेन सेकंड थिंग, these antibodies they have the property of memory. That means ये क्या करेगी, याद रखेगी.
वायरस को याद रखेगी.
कोई भी आपका फॉरेन पार्टिकल है, कोई भी माइक्रोब है, उसको याद रखेगी. फिर जब वो दोबारा आएगा उसको फिर से याद करके किल करेगी. ओके, सो दैट इज व्हाई दीज एंटीबॉडीज आर इंपॉर्टेंट. आपने बचपन में बहुत सारी वैक्सीन ली होंगी, अभी आपको याद नहीं होगा, बट इफ यू आस्क योर पेरेंट्स सो दे विल टेल यू यस यू हैव टेकन दिस वैक्सीन, यू हैव टेकन दैट वैक्सीन. ओके, सो ये वैक्सीन लेने का जो फंडा था, जो पर्पस है, वो यही है कि टू प्रोड्यूस एंटीबॉडीज. कुछ एंटीबॉडीज हमारी बॉडी में नेचुरली भी प्रोड्यूस होती है, कुछ हमको मदर के थ्रू भी मिलती है. ओके, और कुछ ऐसी होती है जो हम बाहर से लेते हैं थ्रू वैक्सीन्स, जो कि हमारी बॉडी बना नहीं पा रही है बट हमने बाहर से ली है. कैसे लेंगे बाहर से, अब ये कोई दवाई तो नहीं है जो हमने ले ली. सो व्हाट इज दिस वैक्सीन? सी, इन द वैक्सीन अ डेड और अ वीकेंड माइक्रो इज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड इनटू अ हेल्दी बॉडी, डेड होगा या फिर वीक होगा. Okay, so it is injected into your healthy body, okay, and the body will fight and kill them by producing suitable antibodies. So ये जो dead microorganism है या फिर weakened microorganism है, ये आपकी body में introduce हुआ. इसीलिए जब भी हम वैक्सीन लेते हैं तो थोड़ा सा बुखार आता है, हल्का सा बुखार आएगा, वो जगह पे आपको थोड़ा सा पेन होने लगेगा, okay, थोड़ा सा वीकनेस लगेगा, हेडेक फील होगा.
मैम
So
मैम
all
अभी
these are-
बच्चों के लिए पेनलेस वैक्सीन भी आई है मैम.
wait, we will discuss that. We'll first finish this thing. Okay, so what happens in this is these dead or weakened microorganisms, they prepare your body कि आपको ये जो माइक्रोब है, अगर ये सच्ची में आता है तो इसको आइडेंटिफाई करना है और इसको किल करना है. सो वो हमारी बॉडी में क्या कर रहा है, एंटीबॉडीज बना रहा है, ताकि जब भी वो माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म, एक्चुअल माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म का इन्फेक्शन हमारी बॉडी में एंटर होता है तो एंटीबॉडीज जो कि अभी हमने वैक्सीन के थ्रू ली है, बनी है हमारी बॉडी में, वो उस इन्फेक्शन को फाइट ऑफ करेगी. ओके, सो दैट इज हाउ दीज एंटीबॉडीज विल प्रोटेक्ट अस from the disease causing microbes, and this is the principle of vaccination. This is how the vaccine works. So several diseases like cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox and hepatitis can be prevented by vaccination. Okay, yes Aryan.
मैम शायद इसीलिए हम चिकन पॉक्स बस एक ही बार होता है एक ही पर्सन को, क्योंकि मैम तब बॉडी एक्टिव हो जाती है चिकन पॉक्स के वायरस की वजह से.
Yes, वो naturally, क्योंकि because that is a virus. Okay, so जब वो वायरस आपके बॉडी में आता है तो बॉडी एंटीबॉडीज तो बनाती ही है उसके अगेंस्ट में, और ये जो एंटीबॉडीज है ना, ये लाइफ लॉन्ग रहेंगी आपकी बॉडी में. सो जब भी अगर कभी भी वो थोड़ा सा भी इन्फेक्शन दोबारा आपकी बॉडी में आता है तो वो तुरंत उसको पहचान के उसको किल ऑफ कर देगी. सो तब तक वो चिकन पॉक्स का रिस्पॉन्स जनरेट ही नहीं होने देगी. ठीक है, इसीलिए वो हमको एक ही बार होता है, बचपन में हो गया फिर उसके बाद नहीं होता है.
मैम सर्दी क्यों बार बार होती है मैम?
बिकॉज
मैम हर महीने होती है मैम, हर साल होती है.
नहीं नहीं, सबको नहीं होती है, मतलब आपकी इम्यूनिटी वीक है. ओके, जिनकी इम्यूनिटी वीक
मैम
होती है.
मैम विंटर में होती है मैम.
अच्छा, विंटर में होती है तो भी सी नॉर्मली जो कोल्ड कफ रहता है तो वो किनको ज्यादा होता है, जिनकी इम्यूनिटी वीक होती है. सो दोज हु हैव स्ट्रॉन्ग इम्यूनिटी, दैट मींस उनकी बॉडी में तुरंत ही एंटीबॉडीज बन जाती है, वो तुरंत ही कोई भी टाइप के इन्फेक्शन से फाइट करती है. बट जिनकी बॉडी में इम्यूनिटी स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं होती तो उनको ये रिकरेंट इन्फेक्शंस होते हैं. ओके, सो खाओ पियो अच्छे से, हैव फ्रूट्स, okay, more of fruits, dry fruits, okay, so all these things, they green vegetables, milk, all these things provide you immunity. Okay, and एक दिन में बन जाएगी ऐसा नहीं है, तो बस एक बार खा लिया फिर भूल गए ऐसा नहीं करना है. okay, it has to be consistent. yes Kashish.
तो मैम ऐसे मतलब लोग हैं जिनको कोविड-19 दो बार हुआ है, तो उनमें एक बार तो एंटीबॉडीज क्रिएट हो गई होगी ना, क्योंकि
See, उसका अपना एक ड्यूरेशन रहता है. आफ्टर 3 months और सो वो एंटीबॉडीज वीकन हो जाती है. ओके,
मेरे काको को ही 2 बार हुआ था मैम, 3-3 महीने के बाद.
तो 3 महीने तक, 2.5 से 3 महीने तक एंटीबॉडीज रहती है, तो 2.5 से 3 महीने तक द पर्सन विल नॉट गेट अफेक्टेड. बट उसके बाद अगर ज्यादा टाइम हो जाता है तो आपको मतलब फिर से कोविड होने के चांसेस है. अब वो सबको नहीं होगा, ठीक है. अगेन आई टोल्ड यू, इट इज ऑल द play of immunity in our body. So it is all the immunity of the body that is controlling all these actions. Okay, so ऐसे हजारों में से 1 या 2 लोग होंगे जिनको बार बार भी कोविड इन्फेक्शन होते हैं. ओके, सो इट इज बिकॉज कि वो जो एंटीबॉडीज रह रही हैं ब्लड के अंदर, वो बहुत ही शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए रहती हैं, 2.5 to 3 months तक रहती हैं. इसीलिए देखो, आपको एक वैक्सीनेशन डोज लगाते हैं, फिर दूसरा वैक्सीनेशन का डोज लगता है. ओके, सो दैट इज ऑल टू कॉन्सेंट्रेट the antibodies, all right. And again ऐसा बोला जा रहा है कि those who have taken 2 doses of these Covishield have to go for another 3rd dose. Okay, सो ये इनका मतलब यही है कि बार बार एंटीबॉडीज को चार्ज अप करना है समझ में? ओके, हीर यस।
मैम जिनको एलर्जी होती है मैम, मतलब सॉइल की एलर्जी, किसी को तो मतलब धूल उड़ती है तो मतलब छींक आने शुरू हो जाते हैं, तो
ओके मैम।
उसमें माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स का कोई रोल होता है मतलब एलर्जी के लिए?
Allergy is nowhere related. You don't rely for the vaccines on that. Okay, so this is a common thing, again you don't know कौन सी
मतलब
बॉडी
माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म उधर हार्म
क्या
करता है?
माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म?
मतलब कोई अगर माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म मतलब सॉइल में अगर माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म होगा तो वो हार्म करेगा, फिर वापस हार्म नहीं भी करेगा, ऐसा होगा मैम?
Allergy is nowhere related to this.
ओके
Okay, it is altogether a different thing. So it has no connection with this. Okay, it is where your body is sensitive enough and it is reacting to something. That is allergy. Okay, and it could be of 100,000 type. You don't know even. Okay, आपको पता भी नहीं होगा कि आपको इससे एलर्जी है until and unless you come in contact with that substance. All right. Okay, then the common one is polio drops. They are also given to the children, so that is a oral vaccine. Okay, जरूरी नहीं है वो इंजेक्शन वाली हो, oral vaccine भी आती है. These polio drops are the oral vaccines. So वो 5 years तक बच्चों को polio drops पिलाते हैं. Okay, so this was the worldwide campaign against the smallpox, and that has led to the eradication in most parts of the world. Even polio is being eradicated from Asia. Okay, so all these vaccines can be made on a large scale with the help of microorganisms, which can protect the human and other animals from several diseases. Okay, so nowadays we can take the help of microorganisms. We can prepare these vaccines in the whole lot. You'll be learning about this procedure, how these vaccines are made and all, if you continue with biology in your higher standards. So अभी कैसे बनती है, क्या बनती है, वो पढ़ के ज़्यादा नहीं सोचना है. Okay, then we have these microorganisms in increasing the soil fertility. So there are some bacteria and blue-green algae which are able to fix the nitrogen from the atmosphere to enrich soil with nitrogen and increase the fertility. So all these microorganisms are commonly called as biological nitrogen fixers. Okay, and these nitrogen fixers are some bacteria and the blue-green algae. They help in
राइजोबियम बैक्टीरिया क्या करता है मैम?
वो भी नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन करता है, बट उसका सिम्बायोसिटिक रिलेशन भी रहता है बैक्टीरिया के साथ. ठीक है, और ये जो बैक्टीरियाज हैं, दैट इज दिस बैक्टीरिया में वही आ गया आपका, राइजोबियम भी आ गया और ब्लू ग्रीन एल्गे, ये दोनों का काम भी वही होता है, नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन का. यस आर्यन?
मैम मैंने कहीं तो पढ़ा था कि मैम राइजोबियम जो है लेग्यूम्स की रूट की नोडल्स में पाया जाता है. मैम क्या
नोड्यूल्स
सही
में
है?
पाया जाता है. यस, सी these I hope you know what are leguminous plants. Pea, bean,
मैम
मूंग, pulses.
Rich in
हाँ, so ये जो pulses होते हैं इनको हम बोलते हैं leguminous plants. अब इनके root nodules में होते हैं. What are these root nodules? I'll tell you. It's like this. These are the roots, and there are some bulgy structures. Okay, so these bulgy structures are called as the nodules. Okay, inside this nodules, the rhizobium lives. Now see, what rhizobium does is, there is nitrogen available in the atmosphere, but plants directly cannot take this nitrogen. Okay, it has to be in some usable forms. So rhizobium क्या करता है, ये nitrogen को capture करता है और इसको convert करता है usable forms में and soil को देता है. Okay, plant में it gives it to the soil. Okay, now plant वहां से nitrogen लेगा and it can produce the food through photosynthesis. Because it is green in color, it has chlorophyll, so plants will produce food. So this rhizobium, it will not take directly the food. वो खुद से खाना नहीं बना सकता है. Okay, so therefore it is dependent on the plant for the food as well as on the shelter, because it is living inside the root nodules of the leguminous plant. So that is how they show a symbiotic relationship. Symbiotic का मतलब है कि दोनों को ही benefit हो रहा है. Rhizobium nitrogen के fixation में काम आ रहा है और दूसरा ये कि इंटर्न राइजोबियम को खाना भी मिल रहा है, शेल्टर भी मिल रहा है. ऑलराइट, क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
आर्यन, क्लियर है आर्यन? Okay, then next is, okay, so this is the particular activity where we have to see that these microorganisms, they are helpful in decomposition. Decomposition का मतलब क्या है कि जो भी plant और animal waste होते हैं, they can be converted into manure by the action of microbes. Okay, अब manures क्या होते हैं? ये जिसको हम बोलते हैं ना organic खाद बोला जाता है इसको. Okay, so you might have heard lot about organic foods. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
ये जो ऑर्गेनिक फूड्स होते हैं ये यही होते हैं कि ये एक तो पेस्टिसाइड फ्री होते हैं और दूसरा इनमें कोई भी फर्टिलाइजर्स एडिट नहीं होते, कोई भी केमिकल्स एडिट नहीं होते. ओके, यूजुअली फार्मर्स क्या करते हैं? फर्टिलाइजर्स ऐड करते हैं टू इंक्रीज द फर्टिलिटी ऑफ द सॉइल एज वेल एज टू इंक्रीज द क्वालिटी एंड क्वांटिटी ऑफ द यील्ड. ओके, जो भी उनका एग्रीकल्चरल क्रॉप है उसको अच्छे से ग्रो करने के लिए फर्टिलाइजर्स यूज होते हैं. सो यहाँ पे हम क्या कर रहे हैं कि मैन्योर बना रहे हैं by the action of microorganisms, and this manure could be, it is very rich in nutrients, so it could be used for the cultivation of crops. Okay, so that is how these microorganisms are helpful in the production of manure. Okay, and in cleaning the environment. Okay, so कुछ समय आपने देखा होगा कि कोई भी dead प्लांट्स या एनिमल्स पड़े होंगे, सो थोड़े टाइम के बाद वो डिसअपियर हो जाएंगे एनवायरनमेंट में से. सो दैट इज बिकॉज देयर आर माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स प्रेजेंट इन द एनवायरनमेंट व्हिच आर डिग्रेडिंग द हार्मफुल एंड द स्मेली सब्सटेंस. ओके, and they are releasing the nutrients, they are releasing the important elements, minerals out of them and releasing it into the atmosphere. So that is how they are helpful in cleaning the environment. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
The next segment we have is for harmful microorganisms. Now यहाँ तक हमने पढ़ा था how these microorganisms can be helpful to us by, you know, in the production of medicine, then in the production in increasing the fertility of soil, in cleaning the environment. Okay, so in the production of alcohol and wine, making of cheese, curd, pickles. Okay, so now in this part we will be seeing how these microorganisms are harmful to us. Okay, so we might have known about the microorganisms which are causing diseases in human beings, plants and animals. So we will discuss some of them. Okay, so the disease causing microorganisms are called as pathogens. Now these microorganisms, not only they cause the disease, but they also spoil the food, clothes, as well as leather. Okay, so these pathogens or these harmful microorganisms, they enter into our body through the air that we breathe in, the water that we drink, or the food that we are eating. And they can also be transmitted by the direct contact with an infected person, or they could also be carried through some animal. Okay, so this microbial disease, it has various way of getting inside the body of the healthy person. Okay, and some of the diseases are cholera, common cold, chickenpox, tuberculosis. All these diseases are the common diseases. Okay, then you see the disease causing microorganisms in human. So whenever a person is suffering from the common cold, what a person does is, how the cold is spread from one person to another. So when a person is suffering from a common cold and when the person sneezes, so then what happens? The fine droplets of the moisture that will have thousands of virus will spread in the air. Okay, and this is how when a healthy person inhales or is in contact अगर बाजू में खड़ा रहता है infected person के, so that virus can also get inside the body of the healthy person. Okay, so इसको हम बोलते हैं ड्रॉपलेट इन्फेक्शन, जो कि अभी कोविड में भी आपको क्यों बोला जाता है कि आपको डिस्टेंस मेंटेन करना है. So this is the reason, because if the person is sneezing or coughing, so वो जो ड्रॉपलेट्स हैं, मॉइस्चर ड्रॉपलेट्स जिनके अंदर वायरस है, वो एयर में घूमेंगे, और अगर कोई हेल्दी पर्सन ने उसको इनहेल किया या फिर इन्फेक्टेड पर्सन के बाजू में खड़ा रहा, उसने बोला, छींका, खांसा, तो इन सब में से ये वायरस पार्टिकल जो दूसरा हेल्दी पर्सन है उसके बॉडी में जाने के 100% चांसेस रहते हैं. ओके, दैट इज व्हाई हमको मास्क पहनने के लिए बोला जा रहा है, दूर रहने के लिए बोला जा रहा है. सो ऑल दीज आर द प्रिकॉशंस दैट वी कैन टेक टू अवॉइड सच काइंड ऑफ ड्रॉपलेट इन्फेक्शंस. ओके, सो दोज डिजीजेस दैट आर spread from one infected person to other healthy person are called as communicable diseases, infectious diseases. Okay, this can be spread from one person to another. Okay, so what are the measures that we can do or we can take to prevent the spread of communicable diseases? Okay, क्या क्या measures ले सकते हैं? Please raise your hand. Yes, Eva, first point, एक point बोल दो.
Ma'am, we should not allow water to stagnate because
ड्रॉपलेट इन्फेक्शन की बात हो रही है. ड्रॉपलेट इन्फेक्शन,
we can
communicable
use,
disease.
we can use handkerchief or mask to
Handkerchief.
cover our nose
First
and
point,
mouth.
handkerchief and mask. Then second point, yes, Renny.
We should cover and distance with an healthy person.
With the
हमें
infected
दूरी-
person.
Yeah, infected person. Yes.
Okay. Then third point. Yes, here.
And the infected person should stay home. मैम उसको घर पे रहना चाहिए जब तक ठीक नहीं हो जाता.
Isolated. The infected person should be kept in isolation. Okay. Okay. So, another thing that you keep in mind is you should not touch or you should not use the belongings of the infected person. जो भी towel, plates, glasses infected person use कर रहा है, वो objects को हमको touch नहीं करना चाहिए, use नहीं करना चाहिए. Yes.
मैम जो हैंकरचिफ अपने जब भी वो स्नीज करते हुए हैंकरचिफ लेता है, मैम जो हैंकरचिफ धोता है वो, तो मैम उसको इन्फेक्ट नहीं होगा मैम.
So that is why, you know, in fact it is advisable कि जो भी infected person है वो अपनी चीजें खुद साफ करे, खुद धोए. Okay, so that is where we have mask ना, disposable mask उतार के फेंक दिया. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
so कुछ समय तक वो चीजों पे रहेगा, कुछ समय के बाद वायरस डेड हो जाएगा. ठीक है, क्योंकि अगर उसको होस्ट नहीं मिला तो वो अंदर जाएगा, मल्टीप्लाई होगा ही नहीं. Okay, so कुछ समय तक अगर हम उसको एज इट इज रख देते हैं, उसको टच नहीं करते हैं, तो डेफिनेटली हम इस तरह से भी इन्फेक्शन को अवॉइड कर सकते हैं. Okay, then there are some insects and animals which can act as the carrier of the diseases, like house fly. Okay, स्पेशली आपने देखा होगा कि बारिश के सीजन में बहुत सारी हाउस फ्लाइज हो जाती है. सो ये जो हाउस फ्लाई है ये क्या करती है, दे सिट ऑन द गार्बेज, दे सिट ऑन द एक्सक्रीटा, दे सिट ऑन द डर्टी थिंग्स मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम. ओके, एंड व्हेन यू कीप योर फूड अनकवर्ड, so they might sit on that food also. Okay, and they leave their whatever microbes they have in them, they leave that microbes on that food. So whenever you consume that food, you fall ill, or consume that water, you fall ill. Okay, so these are the pathogens which can get stuck to the body of their house, of these housefly, and this is how they can contaminate the food and water. Okay, another example is again the female Anopheles mosquito, responsible for causing malaria. Okay, so ये जो female Anopheles mosquito है ये blood suck करती है. Okay, and that is how while sucking the blood it will leave its eggs inside the human. So this eggs that contains the protozoa, it will multiply and it will cause malaria. Okay, then another one is female Aedes mosquito, which is the carrier of the dengue virus. Similarly, ये भी female Aedes mosquito के bite करने से होता है dengue virus. So how can we control the spread of such diseases by the carrier organisms, we should, yes, Harshang?
Yes, ma'am. We should not let water to collect anywhere, or if there is water, we should cover it properly. We should cover the food items properly.
Very
We
good.
should not let them uncovered. We should spray some like antiseptic
Insecticides.
lotion to in our surroundings so that yes, no, like sanitization.
There are basically insecticides. So these insecticides will kill the
Yes, that
Roll
insects.
on Odomos.
Yeah, there are
yes, and then we should wear full sleeves.
full sleeves. Okay, yeah,
Full
fine.
sleeves.
All right. So almost all the points have been covered. We should keep our surroundings clean. We should not allow the mosquitoes to breed. The water should not be collected. Okay. And especially we should wear full sleeves. We should take care that we are spreading the insecticides, or you have some uh, the AMC or the government bodies, they come and spray some fumes, कुछ दवाई छाट के जाते हैं. Okay, so all these things are the precautionary measures where we can prevent the harmful microbes in entering to our surroundings. All right, so this was a general question, how you can prevent. Okay, then there's a table being given to you which shows some of the common human diseases caused by microorganisms. आपको हर एक में causative microorganism याद रखना है, किसमें बैक्टीरिया है, किसमें वायरस है, किसमें प्रोटोजोआ है, और उसका मोड ऑफ ट्रांसमिशन क्या है. एयर है, कॉन्टैक्ट है, वाटर है, फूड है, कैरियर है, मस्कीटो जैसे कि. एंड अगेन यू हैव टू कीप द general preventive measures in mind. Okay, so this whole table you should remember. Then the next one is disease causing microorganisms in animals. Okay, I'm going little fast because we have to do the worksheet also, and we have to finish this chapter before that. Okay, so क्योंकि revision के लिए एक ही class मिला है तो हमको आज complete करना है इसको, इसीलिए मैं थोड़ा सा speed जा रही हूँ. Now these disease causing microorganisms in animals. So the example is anthrax, which is a dangerous disease in human as well as in cattle, and it is caused by a bacteria. Then there is a foot and mouth disease, that is blisters in the mouth and feet. It is caused by virus, and it was Robert Koch who discovered Bacillus anthracis, which is responsible for causing anthrax. Okay, so not only humans but in cattle also the diseases are very common and which are caused by microorganisms. Then there is again one table given in which shows the disease causing microorganisms in plants. Wheat, rice, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple. Okay, all these can be affected by the microorganisms. Okay, so what we can do is we can use certain chemicals to kill these microbes. And this table again you should remember: citrus canker, then the source is bacteria and the mode of transmission is air. Then rust of wheat caused by the fungi and the mode of transmission is air or seeds. Then yellow vein mosaic of bindi, that is caused by virus, and it is the mode of transmission is the insects. Okay, then we have another concept called food poisoning. Now sometimes it happens that we have gone to some place, we have eaten a food and suddenly some irritation happens and we throw out the food, we vomit out that food, or something which has caused tremendous pain in our stomach, abdomen. Okay, so जब हम डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं तो what the doctor says that this is caused by food poisoning. Okay, so now how the food has become poisoned? Okay, so it could be due to the consumption of, it could be due to, the spoilage could be due to some microorganisms. Okay, so microorganisms that are growing on food will sometimes produce the toxic substances. Okay, now this will make the food poisonous and it will cause serious illness and even death. Okay, So therefore, it is very, very important to preserve the food and also to take care that it is prevented from being spoiled. Okay, so for this we have different methods of food production. Okay, suppose normally हमने देखा होगा the food grains in our home are being preserved. Okay, हम अच्छे से उनको airtight jar में भर के रख देते हैं. Okay, then हम अगर बाहर से कुछ लेके आते हैं ग्रोसरी वगैरह तो उसको अच्छे से ओपन करके कंटेनर्स में रख देंगे या फिर उसको प्रॉपरली कोई बड़े बर्तन में उसको डाल के उसको बॉटल अप करके रख देंगे. ओके, सो दीज आर द कॉमन मेथड्स दैट वी आर सीइंग फॉर फूड preservation. Okay, and in fact if we are bringing some bakery items, so again we keep them in some airtight jars so that no moist condition happens. Okay, otherwise क्या होगा, moist condition में they get attacked by the fungus, so then also they will spoil our food. Okay, yes Harsha.
Ma'am, I have a doubt that ma'am, in bread cakes, ma'am, that the yeast is added. So ma'am,
Yeah.
yeast is a single celled organism. So ma'am, can't it be harmful? Ma'am, because some harmful organisms bite us. So
No. Yeast is not at all harmful. Yeast is in fact, it is used for, it is a helpful microorganism. Okay. On the contrary, if you see fungus, it is harmful organism. Okay, it is a mold. Yeast is not at all harmful. Okay, there are certain kind of infections which are caused by yeast. Those are harmful. But the yeast that we are using for the commercial purpose is not at all harmful. All right. Okay, somebody has put their mic on, please switch it off. Until and unless you have to speak something, then you keep your mic on. Okay, so what happens over here is the spoiled food will emit the bad smell. These are the certain characteristics, which will identify that your food is spoiled. So this spoiled food will emit the bad smell and it has a bad taste, and also the color will be somewhat changed. Okay, so this spoiling of food, it is a type of a chemical reaction. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to carefully prevent this food spoilage, and we have different methods available for that, food preservation methods. So the first method that we have is chemical method. Now there are salts and edible oils which are used as common chemicals to prevent the growth of microorganisms. So these are also called as preservatives because they are preserving the food. Then we add salt or acid preservatives to the pickles. Okay, नमक डालते हैं या फिर हम विनेगर डालते हैं pickles में. So that is to prevent the attack of microorganism. Then there are some chemicals which are synthesized in the laboratory like sodium benzoate, sodium metabisulfite. These are also the common chemical preservatives. Okay, and we use this chemical preservatives in the jams, in the squashes, or that sharbat bottles you have. Okay, jellies, इन सब चीजों में हम ये chemical method के preservatives को use करके preserve करते हैं थोड़ा long time के लिए. Okay, it increases the shell life. Then preservation by common salt. This is used to preserve meat and fish. Okay, what we do is we cover the meat and fish with the dry salt to check the growth of bacteria. Okay, mostly in restaurants, what they do is they keep, they use this kind of preservation method. The meat and the fishes have been preserved for a longer period of time. Okay, fresh हर बार हमको वहाँ पे नहीं मिलता है, so they preserve it and keep it. Okay, then we also use salt to preserve amla, raw mangoes, tamarind. Okay, then by sugar, jams, jellies, and squashes are preserved by sugar. So what sugar does is it reduces the moisture content, and the less will be the moisture content, the growth of the microorganisms will be restricted. Then we have preservation by oil and vinegar. So the use of oil and vinegar prevents the spoilage of pickles because the bacteria will not be able to live in that kind of environment. Okay, and even the vegetables, fruits, and fishes are also preserved by this method. Then we have heat and cold treatment. So this is what we do is usually when we bring the milk from outside, what we do is we boil it. Okay, ऐसे ही as it is रखने से पहले हम उसको boil कर लेते हैं अच्छे से. So this boiling kills lot of microorganisms. Okay, because the temperature is raised and the microorganism will not be able to live in that raised temperature. So उसकी वजह से boiling की वजह से microorganisms kill हो जाते हैं. Okay, so similarly we keep the food in our refrigerator. वहाँ पे temperature कम होता है. So low temperature होने की वजह से भी microorganisms grow नहीं हो पाते हैं. They will be killed. Okay. Now, yes, Agastya.
So that heat and cold treatment and pasteurization are equal.
Yeah, that comes under pasteurization. Pasteurization is altogetherly a different method that is specifically used for milk. Okay. So milk which comes in packets. What type of packets? That Amul Gold packet or Amul Taza packet that you are seeing, or the Tetra packs that you are seeing. Okay. So all these milk is the pasteurized milk. Now, what is this pasteurized milk means? See, this milk can be consumed without boiling. Okay, आप उसको as it is ले सकते हो, but हम लेते नहीं है generally, हम उसको भी boil करते हैं. Mostly we don't consume it because we know our mummies are extra careful. They don't want us to get ill, है ना? So anyways, it is absolutely of no harm if you consume that pasteurized milk without boiling, because what we do is the milk is heated about 70 degrees centigrade for 15 to 30 seconds. So what you are doing is you are raising the temperature to 70 degrees centigrade for 15 to 30 seconds. And then suddenly you are chilling it. You are keeping it in cold ice. So this will, kill all the bacteria by heat cold treatment. So therefore the milk is absolutely free to be filled in the containers, in the packets and sold. Okay. So this process of pasteurization was again discovered by Louis Pasteur. All right. But the milk that we are getting from the dairy, it should never be consumed as such without boiling. Okay. क्योंकि वहां पे क्या हो रहा है कि you don't know जो dairy से जो milk आ रहा है, so whether the cattle is affected with some disease, whether the handler is affected with some disease, okay, whether the container is properly cleaned or not, जिसमें वो milk भरा जा रहा है. Okay, so that is why you should not consume that milk without boiling. Otherwise, pasteurized milk is safe. But even when we are boiling this pasteurized milk, there is absolutely no harm. Okay, just we are being on that line of, extra careful. All right. And then the last method is storage and packaging. So nowadays we have these dry fruits and vegetables sold in sealed airtight packets, that Ziploc packets, or we have completely sealed packets जहाँ से बिल्कुल भी air नहीं जा सकती है. So this is all to prevent the attack of microorganisms. Air नहीं जाएगी तो that means there will be no moisture, there will be no moisture, there will be no fungal growth. Okay, so that is how we can even store dry fruits and vegetables for a longer period of time. Then the next thing that we have is nitrogen fixation. So this is already we have learned and we have recalled in this particular chapter as well. The role of rhizobium bacteria, which lives in the root nodules of the leguminous plants, and it shows the symbiotic relationship. That means it will help the plants to get the nitrogen from the atmosphere, and in turn, it will get the food prepared by the plants. Okay. Then we have another important concept, nitrogen cycle, because nitrogen is an important element for the plants. It is the building block of proteins, amino acids. Amino acids are made up of nitrogen. So therefore, in order to build the protein, they require this nitrogen. So atmosphere has 78% of the nitrogen gas, and it is one of the essential constituent of the living organisms. It forms the part of protein, chlorophyll, nucleic acid, and vitamins. Okay, but it cannot be taken directly by plants and animals. So we have rhizobium bacteria, we have blue-green algae, which is present in the soil, and this will fix the nitrogen. from the atmosphere. So once the nitrogen is converted into usable compounds, it can be utilized by the plants through their root system. And this nitrogen can then be used for the synthesis of plant proteins and other compounds. Okay, and in turn, when the plants and animals die, the bacteria and fungi which is present in the soil will convert the nitrogenous waste into nitrogenous compound, release them into the atmosphere, and again it could be used by the plants. Okay, so that is how the cycle continues. The nitrogen cycle continues. So here you can see the figure. There is this atmospheric nitrogen. It is taken up by the nitrogen fixing bacteria and blue-green algae, which will fix the atmospheric nitrogen. This bacteria in turn will fix the nitrogen into nitrogenous compounds. The compounds of nitrogen would be available in the soil. Now, there is another process which produces nitrogen, that is lightning. It will fix nitrogen, not produce, it will fix the nitrogen, but this is not a usual process. Lightning कभी कभी होती है, thunder and lightning, जिसकी वजह से nitrogen fixation होता है, every time नहीं होता है. So same way it will convert it into the compounds of nitrogen in the soil. This would be taken up by the plants. The plants would be eaten up by the animals, and the nitrogenous waste would be produced from them by excretion. It will again go into the compounds of the soil. This is how it is recycled. And from the compounds present in the soil, the bacteria will be converting these compounds of nitrogen into gaseous nitrogen, which is then released into the atmosphere. So this is how the amount of nitrogen is maintained in the atmosphere. Clear?
Yes, ma'am, clear.
कुछ भी doubts है?
No, ma'am.
No. All right.
No, ma'am.
Fine. So quickly, I will take out a worksheet for you for discussion. फटाफट hand raise करते जाना और मैं आपको पूछते जाऊंगी questions.
Ma'am, we need to write
Yes.
this in notebook.
Yes.
This worksheet
Book
we need to
book
write
में लिखना है. Yes, book में लिखना है. हाँ, इसको book में लिखना है और एक और वर्कशीट आपको मिलेगी. दोनों वर्कशीट आपको साथ में मिल जाएगी, ये वाली भी और एक स्तुति मैम एक और फॉरवर्ड करेंगे आपको, तो वो दोनों वर्कशीट्स आपको मिल जाएगी. ओके, सो
अभी पे लिखनी है कि अभी सिर्फ
अभी कुछ नहीं लिखना है, अभी सिर्फ डिस्कस ही करना है, अभी कुछ नहीं लिखना है. ठीक है, बाद में लिखिए, अभी कुछ नहीं लिखना है. So first question, into how many groups microorganisms are classified? Name them, give one example of each. Quickly raise your hand. 2 participants. Okay, Harshang, come on. Fatafat.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, there are 5 groups of microorganisms.
No, ma'am.
4.
First is
Four
no, ma'am. Virus is also involved.
No, we
That's
won't
why.
be including this. It is involved. That is fine. It is okay. But आपको
Okay, ma'am.
straight answer दिया हुआ है तो वो straight answer ही लिखो.
Okay. Ma'am. So
Okay.
there microorganisms are classified into 4 groups. First is bacteria, second is protozoan, third is algae, and fourth is fungi. And the first example of bacteria is lactobacillus and
Okay.
Another. Okay. Ma'am, then protozoan is amoeba. Then algae is Spirogyra. Then
Fungus.
yes, ma'am. Then fungi is Penicillium.
Penicillin. Okay. Then next question, give the characteristic of virus and any 2 examples. Okay, Rennie, quickly.
Yes, ma'am. The characteristics of virus are they are microscopic level. They reproduce only the in host
Inside.
cell
Inside the body of the host.
inside the body of the host, and virus examples are virus
Common
example.
cold.
Ma'am, ऐसा common
this-
cold चलेगा ma'am?
चलेगा. Give 2 examples.
Influenza, flu.
वायरस बता लिखूंगी मैं इसमें.
Ma'am, corona virus.
कोरोना वायरस बुक में नहीं दिया हुआ है.
इन्फ्लुएंजा.
ओके, कोल्ड एंड इन्फ्लुएंजा.
यस.
ओके, देन अभी हु एम आई है, तो सबको आना चाहिए. सबके एक दो लोगों के ही हाथ दिख रहे हैं, सबके हाथ ऊपर होने चाहिए. ठीक है. सो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज आई एम इन्वॉल्व इन द मेकिंग ऑफ कर्ड. यस अगस्त्य.
Lactobacillus
Lactobacillus, very good. Then second question, I am used in the preparation of alcohol. Kashish.
Yeast.
Okay. Then I am useful in nitrogen fixation. Eva.
Rhizobium bacteria.
Okay. Then I am the carrier of dengue virus. Yes, Shrishti.
Housefly.
Dengue virus.
Mosquito.
Hey. Female Aedes mosquito.
Female AIDS mosquito. Aedes.
Ah. Then I live in the root nodules of the leguminous plants. Eva.
Same Rhizobium bacteria.
Okay. Then define the following. Antibiotic. Okay, here. Here बोलोगे बेटा? Antibiotics.
Ma'am, it is medicines is microorganisms.
May I say?
Here is speaking.
And
The
these medicines
microorganism.
kill or stop the growth of microorganisms.
So the microorganisms which prevent, kill or stop the growth of other microorganisms are called as.
And these medicines are called as antibacterial.
Yes. Okay, very good. Then pathogens. Dhwani.
Yes, ma'am. And the disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens.
Okay, very good. Then next one is how vaccines protect us from diseases. अरे कहाँ चले गए भाई सबके हाथ? Okay. Harshang.
Vaccine protects us from diseases.
How?
Ma'am, vaccine protects us from diseases by building up special antibodies.
Okay, by building antibodies. Okay, then you have to discuss the principle. Okay. Then explain how common cold is a communicable disease. Yes, Eva.
Common cold is a communicable disease because in common cold we have fever, and when other healthy person comes in the contact with unhealthy.
See, I discussed about droplet infection. When the person sneezes, the virus droplet spread in the air. वो वाला आपको लिखना है. ठीक है?
Ma'am. Okay.
Common cold की बात हो रही है ना, तो आपको वो लिखना है. Fever से कुछ लेना देना नहीं है. It is because when the person sneezes, the virus droplets get spread into the air. And when the healthy person inhales it, will also become sick. Then next one is name the causative agent, causative microorganism. Okay, quickly. अच्छा, ईवा के भाई को भी आंसर करना है. First one is cholera. Dhwani.
May I?
Yes, ma'am. Bacteria.
Then Manav, hepatitis B. Virus. Then Pankti, measles.
Virus.
Okay. जिसको बोल रहे हैं वही बोलेगा. हाँ. फिर अगस्त्य, मलेरिया.
Mosquito.
Okay, protozoa. You can write protozoa. Mosquito is the carrier. Okay, protozoa is the causative microorganism. Then name any two common plant diseases caused by microorganism. Any two. 3 है table में.
May I, ma'am? May I say?
Just raise your hand. I'll tell. Okay. Manav.
Yes, ma'am. Citrus, canker, and dust of leaf.
Okay. Then how do you know the food is spoiled? This is a long question. So how do you know the food is spoiled? Because it emits bad taste, smell, or color changes. 3 चीजें. Okay, then write a note on food preservation.
फोर
method.
मेथड्स है ना मैम, तो हम कोई 4 बच्चा बोल देगा मैम।
खाली हेडलाइन हेडिंग बोल दो,
Okay,
ठीक है। हेडिंग बोलने के लिए चलो एक तो पहले रेनी बोल दो, एक पहला पहला।
प्रिजर्वेशन बाय शुगर।
ओके, ईवा
Yes, ma'am.
एक हेडिंग बोल दो फूड प्रिजर्वेशन का।
Preservation by salt.
सॉल्ट। ओके, हर्षा
Ma'am, preservation by oil and vinegar.
ओके, ध्वनि
Ma'am, heat and cold treatments.
ओके, और लास्ट आंसर है बोनस, घर पे आपको बनाना है, ठीक है। नीट एंड लेबल डायग्राम ऑफ द नाइट्रोजन साइकिल, तो जो बुक में दिया हुआ है वो अच्छे से नीटली बनाना है। गंदा गंदा वो बहुत हैंडराइटिंग गंदे से मत लिखना, फिर समझ में नहीं आता है। टेस्ट में ऐसा किया था बहुत लोगों ने, ठीक है। सो डायग्राम वाले जो क्वेश्चंस होते हैं उसमें हमेशा आप अच्छे से नीटली उसको पेंसिल से बनाओ, पेंसिल से उसमें जो भी है अच्छे से लेबलिंग करो, पेन से कचरा नहीं करने का, फुल मार्क्स मिलते हैं उसमें, ठीक है। हाँ कौन,
सबमिट करना है ये वर्कशीट।
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, आपको सबमिट, यस आप कर दो क्योंकि ये बिल्कुल छोटा सा ही है, ठीक है। एक और आपको वर्कशीट भी मिलेगा, तो हमने सब डिस्कस भी कर
दोनों
लिया है।
करनी है कि ये वाली?
ये वाली दोनों ही कर देना, फिर भी आपको मैम बता देंगे, कंफर्म बता देंगे आपको।
मैम तो हम अपना टाइम लेके लिखे तो चलेगा कि आज के आज ही कर दें?
हाँ चलेगा चलेगा, 2-3 दिन के बाद करना चलेगा, ठीक है ना। सो यहाँ तक ये आपका पूरा चैप्टर हो गया। अभी एक छोटे से क्विक टिप्स आपके लिए वो ये है कि आपको डेफिनेशंस अच्छे से पढ़नी है, स्पेशली जो भी आपको टेक्स्ट बुक में डेफिनेशंस दी गई हैं वो आपको प्रॉपरली डेफिनेशंस याद रखनी है। आपको इतने सारे माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स के नेम हैं, कुछ हेल्पफुल है कुछ हार्मफुल है, सबके नेम अच्छे से पता होने चाहिए, ठीक है। कौन सा क्या डिजीज कर रहा है, कौन सा किस चीज में हेल्पफुल है, आपको वो भी पता करना है, ओके। और उसके अलावा आपको जो 2 इसमें लॉन्ग आंसर्स हैं, एक तो फूड प्रिजर्वेशन का है, दूसरा नाइट्रोजन साइकिल का है, वो 2 अच्छे से प्रिपेयर करने हैं, ठीक है। तो ये आपके क्विक टिप्स थे यहाँ तक के। कोई डाउट से किसी
I have
को?
a doubt. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am, I
बेटा
have a doubt.
पूछो पूछो, 1 by 1।
Ma'am, in seventh question in B option, is there hepatitis B or hepatitis A?
A B C तीनों वायरस है,
Okay,
but
ma'am.
not the deadly form. B is the deadly form.
Okay,
बट
ma'am.
हमारे टेक्स्ट बुक में तो हेपेटाइटिस ए लिखा हुआ है मैम।
हाँ तो A
Yes,
कर
ma'am,
देते
that's why I
हैं,
asked.
चलो A कर देते हैं। मैंने B लिख दिया होगा, थोड़ा मैं हाई लेवल पे चली गई आपके साथ, ओके चलो ठीक है, A हो गया, फाइन। दूसरा किसी और को क्या डाउट था?
मैम हमें ये जो आपने लॉन्ग आंसर किया उसमें हमें सारी मेथड्स लिखनी है या 5
4
या
बेटा
6
4,
मेथड्स ही लिखनी
देखो
है?
4 तो कम से कम आपको याद होनी चाहिए, आपको कम से कम 7-8 मेथड्स दी गई हैं, तो एटलीस्ट 4 आपको याद होनी चाहिए, ठीक है। तो आपका लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन बनेगा, तो 4 मेथड्स आपको अच्छे से याद होनी चाहिए। बाकी के आपको हेडलाइंस भी पता होंगे, तो आप थोड़ा बहुत कुछ ना कुछ उसमें लिख लो, ठीक है। आया समझ में?
मैम ये 9th वाला क्वेश्चन कितने मार्क्स का है मैम?
ये आपका बिग क्वेश्चन में है,
Okay,
सबसे
ma'am.
लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन में आएगा, ठीक है। देखो
मैम तो
5
उसमें सिर्फ नेम ही करना है कि मैम
हो रहा है।
उसका एक डेफिनेशन लिखनी है, सपोज के प्रिजर्वेशन बाय
डिस्कस,
शुगर है।
देखो क्वेश्चन पढ़ो, नेम लिखा है कि डिस्कस लिखा है ना, नेम लिखा है कि एक्सप्लेन लिखा है, आया समझ में? क्वेश्चन पढ़ने का हमेशा, और ऐसे स्पेशली जब आपको ऐसे टाइप के क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं ना, तो अब आपको ध्यान देना है कि देखो ये एक पॉइंट है, हाउ डू यू नो द फूड इज पॉइंट, तो 1 मार्क, ओके। फिर यहाँ पे आपको नोट लिखना है फूड प्रिजर्वेशन पे, 4 मेथड्स डिस्कस करने हैं, 4 मेथड प्लस 1 5 मार्क्स, इस तरह से, आया
ओके
समझ
मैम,
में?
ओके मैम, ओके मैम।
तो ऐसे करके आपको क्वेश्चन पर आपको बाइफरकेट करने आना चाहिए, और उसके हिसाब से आपको लिखना है, हेडिंग भी उसके हिसाब से देनी, ठीक है। सो दिस विल गिव यू गुड मार्क्स एंड इट आल्सो लुक्स गुड इन प्रेजेंटेशन, ठीक है। सो फिर नेक्स्ट वीक मिलेंगे एक और रिवीजन चैप्टर के साथ, टिल देन बाय बाय।
Yes, ma'am. Conservation of
बाय
plant
मैम,
and
टेक केयर मैम, थैंक यू
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Take care, ma'am.
मैम, हैव अ नाइस डे
Thank you,
मैम,
ma'am.
टेक केयर मैम,
बाय मैम।
बाय।